Hello semua.
Yeah, welcome back to ESCM Viewz. Seriously, what episode is this? You pun tak ingat kan? 25. Okay. 25. I tersilap. I letak 24. Then okay, it's episode 25. 25 episode ya Adam untuk ESCM Viewz.
No.
Alright. So kita punya panel tetap. Si manis berambut putih, Brandon. How are you, Brandon?
Hi, doing fine,
Okay,
doing
alright.
fine.
So kita ada dua guest yang first time bersama kita dalam ESCM Viewz. So we have Ikhwan. Ikhwan. Ikhwan.
Hello
Ikhwan, apa khabar?
guys. First time here.
Ya,
Khabar baik, khabar baik.
Khabar bagus, Ikhwan ya. So saya bukan nak cakap, saya cakap dulu sebelum orang lain cakap. Ikhwan ni agak jambu di situ ya. Okey, dan
Get that out of the way.
Bila janggut macam ni.
dan kita itulah sebab tengok orang sebelah dia macam macho sikit. Kita ada special guest mewakili Southhampton. Kita ada Adam. Yes, Adam, welcome.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Okay, tapi
Welcome.
to get it out my system, Adam. Okay.
It's the other one, Adam.
Okay, alright. So kita tak nak buang masa. Banyak soalan yang telah saya sediakan. The first one goes to our special guest Adam from Southampton. Of course lah, bila berkenalan, tell us a bit about yourself. How did you ended up supporting Southampton, and then because you were introduced by our Zai. You panggil dia apa
Panggil Zai.
Zai kan? Zayani
Falah.
kan? Zai. Itu pun lagi satu. Aja ZAY panggil Zai. Aku tak faham. So I understand you studied in UK. So bila you cerita a bit yourself, share with us your experience watching live matches in UK. Ada tak pernah tengok matches against us? Itu nak tahu. Okay. Adam.
Okay, alright. Okay, I started supporting Southampton in 1998. Back then I was only 10 or 11. The reason I started supporting them was that at that point they only had one win in 11 or 12 matches, so they were rock bottom at that time in the Premier League. And then at that time I didn't really have a team to support. I played football, I watched football, but I didn't really have a team to support. So I started following them on a weekly basis, and they started picking up points. And I just got attracted to them. And that was the season when Marian Pahas came to prominence. And then they picked up points towards the end of the season, and towards the last day of the season, we actually beat Everton 2-0 to actually stay in the Premier League. So I'm not rubbing it in, or maybe I am. Okay, but yeah.
No. Actually, you should be thankful to us. Okay, never mind. Kita charitable. Okay,
exactly, yeah. So we beat Everton to stay in the Premier League at that season, and then from then on, I know that was the team I was going to support. So then I've been following them through thick and thin. We got relegated from the Premier League in 2005, and I went to the UK in 2010. To answer your question, I didn't get to watch any games against Everton because back then we were in League One. So back then it was Plymouth, it was Walsall, it was Brighton. Back then Brighton was in League One. Back then it was Bournemouth, it was Peterborough. So those kind of teams, So we didn't really get a chance to play against big teams, but did have fun though. Managed to join the pitch invasion during the last game of the season when we got promoted to the Championship. We beat Plymouth, I think about 4-0 if I recall correctly. So we beat Walsall 4-0, and then we got promoted, pitch invasion, and then Walsall celebrated as well because they actually beat the drop. Results went for them, not against them. So both sides celebrating was so much fun. So yeah, I've been supporting them for the past 24 years. So it's been great though. Thick and thin, relegation, lowest point, League One, lowest point. But yeah, it's been great. But I don't have a bunch of friends like you guys, a community like you guys over here in Malaysia to actually do these kind of things. So yeah.
Okay, no.
It's good that you guys had me on though.
You know why? I think we can have adopt a lonely Southampton supporter in Malaysia kind of thing lah. Maybe one of the opinion kan. But it's No, one thing I would like just to say, your passion. I love your passion, the energy. Bukan senang untuk kita lihat supporter through thick and thin, ya, naik turun, naik turun, naik turun. Bukan macam plastik supporter yang berada di luar sana seperti penyokong Manchester United yang tak tahu hilang ke mana sudah. Okay, alright. Mana dia orang pergi aku tak tahu.
Betul lah, Adam. You are
that was
respect to
easy.
you lah.
1-1 last week. That was easy, man. Come on.
Okay,
No.
Adam.
To be fair, yeah.
Respect to you, one thing lah. You kind of like Everton supporters also, thick and thin. We got a lot of people we know outside there who jump clubs every time the club wins. Okay, suddenly I'm the fan of that club, this club, that club. Not real fans lah. If you go through thick and thin, especially when you go League One and all that championship and then come back up, that's really the fan.
Yeah.
So
Certified.
Alright.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. So another virgin on the show pula. Apa nama ni? Another first time. Sorry, aku biasa mulut aku.
Say it out loud.
Mulut aku 88 memang macam tu. So we have Ikhwan. So
Yes.
Adam, a bit about yourself. How did you ended up supporting us? And extra is who is your all-time Everton player and why? Itu soalan bonus.
Okay, I'm Ikhwan, 28 years old. I started supporting Everton since 2012. At that time, I was standard 6, tak silap. Time tu baru nak start tengok bola lah. Macam my dad was regularly watching football every Saturday, and he had supporting no team. He always root for the underdogs. He always root for Norwich. He always root for Fulham. And at that time, I was trying to be more unique and I was trying to find a football club support. At that time, there was the traditional top 4. You had Arsenal, you have Chelsea, you have Manchester United and Liverpool. But I was trying to find a team that is trying to break into the mold, the top 4 mold. And there was a few teams back then. Aston Villa under Martin O'Neill, and you got Portsmouth under Harry Redknapp at that time. And the most closest team that is breaking the top 4 is Everton. So that's why I started to support them, and the Everton under Moyes was very impressive. I got hooked, and I found out that they have financial constraints, but they're still challenging for the top 4 at that time, and that's why I supported Everton lah, basically. Tapi bila you support Everton ni, biasalah you will get harassed a lot lah, especially at school and at your uni. But it's also good because they associate you with the Everton. Ikhwan mana ni? Ikhwan Everton. Oh, okay, kenal. So that's the good side of supporting, least known club in Malaysia lah. But I found out that Everton has a community here, like you guys. Lepas tu I start macam, okay, ada community. And tak adalah rasa heartbreak sangat bila aku tahu ada orang yang sama juga mengalami nasib yang sama dekat Malaysia ni. Tapi kind of a heartbreak juga lah bila you tengok Spurs qualified for the Champions League, Leicester winning the EPL, but your team still dekat final FA Cup tapi tak dapat trofi. So that's a bit of a background lah of how I supported.
Boleh kurangkan tak cerita sedih-sedih ni? Kita yang support ni, yang support lagi lama dari ni, kita sangat memahami.
Tak apa, sekarang kita cerita yang happy-happy.
Okay, so your favorite Everton player, your all-time favorite Everton player siapa?
Time tu support sebab time tu kita ada Mikel Arteta, kita ada Joseph Yobo. Players time tu pun memang tak ni sangat lah. Joseph Yobo, kita Julian Lescott. Tapi my all time favourite was Tim Cahill lah.
Aku dah agak dah.
That's my generation lah.
Okay, fair.
Cliche je pun tapi yes, that's my generation lah.
Okay, alright. Okay, very good. So jarang nak jumpa supporter muda macam Ikhwan yang tak faham bahasa nak pergi support Everton ni pun aku tak sebab tahu apa. But fair enough. Alright, so welcome, and now to
thank you.
Yeah, Brandon. So now let's get to business. We played well last week. So do you think the boys can produce the same performance this week against Southampton, and why do you think such?
Okay, as I was telling you guys earlier, 2 sides to the coin. on one side, we really very hopeful that they can bring the game as they did last week. But again, the trend is up and down. So yes, last week we played well. This week, we don't know. There's a very big hope that we play as well as we did last week. But again, knowing what we have in our team, we have to dig deep, tactically plus everything. Because Southampton is a tough team to play in their home ground, right? They are big size. They are really physical. So we have to take the game to them. Yeah. Okay. So the challenge is there.
All right. So Adam, sebelum saya tanyakan soalan seterusnya, I teringin nak tahu cerita sedikit tentang your home ground, a bit about your home ground since you dah biasa pergi ke sana kan. Cerita sikit tentang your home ground.
St. Mary's. It's actually a very nice stadium to be in. Yeah, very nice stadium to be in. Only about 30,000. It can get quite jumpy at times with people from the northern stand. Those are your redneck Southampton fans over there. So they're normally sat next to the away fans, right? So you can get really jumpy over there. So it's quite fun. So like I said, you can say it's a bit tough considering the form that both teams are in. Like Southampton we had a really good week last week, winning against Coventry. That's a fantastic win against Spurs, and then a draw against United. Okay, right. So leading to the game, yes, we're in good form. But then again, when it comes to game day, form goes out the window.
Yeah. So a specific question to you is, what are your thoughts on your current manager? You got to tell us how the hell do we actually pronounce his name and your overall team performance so far. Okay, educate us.
Okay, it's Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's actually a very good manager from RB Leipzig. I'm quite surprised how we got him actually.
Okay.
Because after Koeman left, I think we just made very bad appointments from Claude Puel, Maurizio Pellegrino, Mark Hughes. Those are very trying times, I would say, 2 or 3 years. Okay, it was very trying times. It went downhill after Koeman left. So when he came in, I wouldn't say he turned everything around. We lost 9-0 twice in consecutive seasons. All right, so some people might think he should be getting the boot, but no, I really think he should stay. He's galvanized the team despite the consecutive 2 9-0 losses. He's galvanized the team. The way he plays, the way he brings the team forward, it's different. And I have something for managers who are passionate and who runs down the touchline whenever we score a goal. So I just have something for that kind of manager. So I think he's actually doing quite well. So I really hope he sees out his contract.
Okay. So because I guess you touched on something. I wanted to ask you which was a passionate manager. So talking about passionate manager, I don't know about you, whether you have watched our recent matches or few of our matches. So do you have any thoughts about Lampard being our latest manager? What are your thoughts about him, if you have any lah?
Well, I think jury is still out on him. He had a good year with Derby. He went to the Championship playoff final. Okay, he lost that one. Then we all know he was definitely going to get the Chelsea job. Did kind of well the first year. Second year was pretty flimsy. He lost his job. All right. So, I think he's a good appointment. I think he's doing something like what Aston Villa is doing, getting Gerrard. I think Gerrard has been doing quite well at Aston Villa in the limited amount of games that he's had. So maybe we're hoping that Lampard could be doing the same. But personally, I would think you could have done better with Nuno Espirito Santo in.
Okay, that one you split the camp lah with that statement, but never mind, it's okay. So on top kita nambah sedikit daripada soalan yang saya tanya pada Adam. So back to Ikhwan. Any thoughts on Lampard? So far kita tahu dia baru lagi, tetapi what are your thoughts about him? Then what is it that you like to see more from him? Apa yang you nak nampak lagi? Apa lagi yang you nak nampak daripada dia sebagai seorang manager, Ikhwan?
Sebenarnya when our club appointed Lampard, I was like a bit skeptical lah, sebab aku nak somebody yang like will repair our leaky defense. But fortunately kita tahu kita previous Lampard semua defense semua let's untuk relegation punya battle boleh lah, tapi memang sekarang tengah relegation punya battle. But yes, Lampard I hope he learned something from his time, from his mistakes at Chelsea. But I feel very confident looking at his backroom staff. Diorang tak dapat approach sangat, but dia ada Ashley Cole, dia ada Leighton Baines, and if I were an Everton player, when I walk into training, I would be starstruck lah, looking at those players, and I would straight away respect them. And the most important coup is Paul Clement, for my opinion lah. Sebab Paul Clement very very good. He is a manager, bekas manager dekat Swansea, dekat Reading, assistant manager to Carlo Ancelotti at PSG and Real Madrid. So he has a lot of experience, and Lampard will be gonna be leaning on him through hard times. He will be the sound voice lah in our backroom staff.
Cole. Tak nak cerita pasal Cole.
Cole, sebab diorang baru in terms of training semua ni, but yalah, playing at the highest level, kalau you seorang left back pun masuk tengok, okay, mesti boleh belajar banyak lah daripada Cole, confirm. And apa yang aku suka pasal Lampard ni is, macam kita tahu dia bring in like rejuvenate, dia tak ketepikan younger players lah. Suka sangat sebab Gordon takkan diketepikan. Gordon akan continue dengan dia punya progress, and aku nak tengok lagi banyak young players making their debut lah. And also dia lepas tengok Iwobi dengan Jojo Kenny punya performance last week, dia ada something yang dia boleh cucuk dekat kita punya players. Aku dah lama aku tak tengok Iwobi perform sampai macam tu. Kita boleh kira dengan jari lah berapa kali dia perform.
Pada saya, I think untuk Brandon itu semua harapan palsu tu. Tapi kita tengok macam mana. Itu semua kita tengok macam mana.
It's a positive sign lah.
Okay. So,
dengan apa yang dia boleh buat dengan our current of players.
You know something about Lampard that I liked? When he came in, he had a plan. We had so many managers when they come in, never bring in people, not sure who they want. They don't know how they have to play like 10 games to figure out what formation they want. But when Lampard came in, he knew I needed what do you call it, Van der Beek. He knew who he wanted, and when he came in, he also knew who was in the team and
was very
he
clear.
wanted to keep. So he had his game plan early compared to any of the other managers that we've seen. Right? He might not have a great track record yet, but I still think he had very good planning in the stages that he knew what he want. And right now, the people are playing to that, and we can see the thing, But the players themselves have to step up, lah. Show the heart.
Yep. Agree.
That's it.
Yep.
They probably needed Luka Dean as well.
Well, that was one of
the timing of that player leaving was ouch.
2 minggu saja.
Well, put it this way lah. Coins ada dua belah, kita anggap yin and yang, night and day kind of thing, the situation. So ada benda yang kita rugi, tetapi pasti akan ada benda yang akan untungkan kita. Kita mungkin tak nampak sekarang, kita akan nampak akan datang. Ini adalah ayat untuk menyedapkan hati semua penyokong Everton di Malaysia dan seluruh dunia, ya. Okay. Thank you Adam, terima kasih banyak-banyak. Wow, dia masuk ikut tepi jahit. Alright. Okay, so our match is tomorrow Malaysian time, 11 PM. Actually there's a lot of other matches tomorrow night. So but who cares? So it's Everton versus Southampton, and usually with Southampton memang physical. You guys are a bunch of rugby players lah. That's all I can tell you lah. I'm not talking about main kasar, but really physical lah. Whenever we say Southampton and then at St. Mary's, okay, it's crunch time, right? So So Adam, I'm going to go for you to you last. I'll start with Brandon. Who is your player to watch tomorrow? Who is it and why? One player. Usually you have a trouble. We have trouble in identifying one. Usually we say two, but I just want to know at the top of your head, who is the player to watch and why?
Van der Beek.
Van der Beek, yeah.
To me, it's Van der Beek. Number one, he came in, he stole the game the last game we had, and I think he impressed me in the way he's pressing forward. I don't see many balls going back and retreating and pulling the thing to the side. He had a very direct approach, go in, push the ball to the front, and you see the accuracy of his passes very high. So I like that. To me, that's a person I'm looking at, but the person I really going to miss is Mina, because Mina's height is going to be missing there. So that's what I'm scared of, because like I said, Southampton guys are big.
Yeah, I'm looking at their players. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Colgate share kena bijak punya.
So I target if you want to score. So if you score you have to score from field goal, because our set pieces are missing Mina and the height there. So that's my worry lah.
Okay, fair enough. Ikhwan, who's your player to watch?
For our team, for Adam, you better watch Anthony Gordon lah.
Whoa,
If the
dia
passes
dah
from
tahu.
if the passes from Anthony sampai ke depan, sekali nak apa-apa, so tak dia juga. So Anthony Gordon is the man who is to unlock the Southampton punya defense lah untuk esok.
Okay.
Tapi aku risau juga dengan Southampton sebab aku minat El Yunusi tau. El Yunusi is a very good number 10. And Armando Broja dengan Shea Adams. Very dangerous.
Tengok 3 orang ni. Okay. Alright. Talking about these 3 names, I nak tahu siapa Adam akan sebut. Nama siapa yang Adam akan sebut dan kenapa? Your own team. The player to watch.
Alright.
Take note dah, Brandon, kita bagi tahu patahkan kaki. Okay, who is it again?
Okay, on current form, obviously you got that. Okay, on current form, obviously you have to say Armando Broja lah. Okay, he's been doing tremendously well. I think he's got almost 8 goals.
Fantastic.
But I would say I've always been leaning on Mo Salisu. Okay, that Ghanaian defender.
Mo Salisu, underrated.
About 2 seasons ago, right? Last season he didn't play that much, but this season he really came to prominent, and I think he's really stepped into Yannick Vestergaard's shoes. All right, so I think Everton has good attacking prowess as well. Like you said, Iwobi's been playing well. I'm not sure if Richarlison's playing tomorrow, but you need to look out for him as well. So in order to actually get something out of the game, I really think Salisu needs to be on top of his game. And then let's hope that Broja or Adams can nick 1 or 2 goals at the end.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my data. Salisu actually of all the players inside the squad, your squad, dia main almost, I would say all the games, tak kira apa matches yang ada, he started. So he considered dia memang okay, you're right. But looking at the names again, I mean you have quite a number of I'm not sure about the injury list and whatnot about Southampton, but looking at the names here, the seniority of some of your players, oh my god, aku sebenarnya suka work Prowse ni. So
Prowsey, that guy's great.
Aku suka dia ni sebenarnya. Dalam banyak-banyak tu yang lain-lain tu okey lah, tapi dia ni dia pun not bad juga tau.
He has always causes problems now.
Yeah.
What process always causes problems.
Good set piece taker. Yeah. He's really came to prominence for the past few seasons.
How is Shane Long doing?
Shane Long, he's not playing that much, I would say. I think last season he went to Bournemouth for.
What happened to him? Because I'm looking at the data, I didn't realize that dia tak main banyak. So I mean, he when you talk about Southampton, Shane Long is considered the history of Southampton. Nama dia ada dekat tengah-tengah tu somewhere, right? So
okay, he's not one to. Okay, if you're depending on him to win you leagues or getting you out of the relegation zone, no, like he's a hard worker. He runs.
He's a hard worker. He runs.
He does the job, but he does the job, but he won't get you the. He can hardly reach double figures lah. So
I understand.
He does the hard work lah.
Yeah.
Okay. He's your Ron lah basically.
Sorry?
I didn't hear that.
I like this guy lah. Really pandai
80th minute player lah.
No, but fair enough. Tak apa.
Tapi,
Okay.
Syah, you know lah, the scary thing about his comments, Adam's comments, is that it always happens when we play against these kind of teams, and then suddenly you talk about Shane Long, and then guess what? 10 games Shane Long didn't play, he'll play this game and he'll score. That kind of thing, always happens. The commentator will say, this guy hasn't played for, hasn't scored for 9 hours, and suddenly that's the time he'll put one in.
I'm not worried because that biawa of a manager have left us. So no more stupid records to be broken. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have actually come towards the end of our recording session. So it's prediction time. Sekarang kita confident nak buat prediction. Dulu tak buat prediction. You know, Adam, kita sebelum ni kita tak buat prediction pun. What do you think tomorrow? Cannot. Tapi after last week, confident bang. So now prediction time. So prediction.
Tapi ni bukan lead bro.
Betul. Kita tengok macam mana dulu. So I will start with Ikhwan first, and then Brandon, and then we'll end with Adam. Yeah. So Ikhwan, your predictions please tomorrow.
Korang seri dengan MU, korang seri dengan Man City, and come back against Spurs 4-2 silap.
3-2.
3-2.
Gonna be, I suspected a high scoring game lah. Maybe 3-2.
To who? 3-2 dia orang menang.
To us lah. Of course, to us.
2-3. You kena sebut 2-3. You jangan sebut 3-2.
2-3. Sorry. 2-3.
2-3. Okay.
2-3. Everton fan here, 2-3.
Adam dah kata, sorry, kau dah tersebut 3-2, 3-2. Okay.
We'll take that.
Okay. So, okay, alright. So, wow, high scoring game ya. Okay, aku budak-budak muda zaman sekarang ni, wow. Okay.
Very optimistic
your predictions for tomorrow.
1-2.
1-2. Tengok confident orang tua ni nak menang. Tapi kita kena hormat orang tua, kita jangan cakap apa-apa ya. Okey, 1-2. Okey. Alright. Adam, berapa? Okey, senang je. Saya Adam straightforward. You akan menang, you rasa you akan menang berapa skor ni? Tengok kita tanya dia. Correct.
No lah, I think I'll sit on the fence here. I think I'm going to go with 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. How come? I pun akan cakap rasanya akan draw 1-1. For me, I don't think it will be a high scoring game because why? What's the manager's name again? Sorry, akan sebut nama dia susah.
Hasan Hutel.
Okay, alright. So I think being an experienced manager, dia dah tengok Lampard punya cara dan sebagainya. I think he'll have something prepared for us lah. And he will learn from the Leeds game, dia dah akan nampak. So dia tahu Lampard punya style, correct not Brandon? High pressing. So he'll have something ready. That's why I don't think it'll be a high scoring game and it'll be a draw. Tetapi Ikhwan, I support you dari belakang
Okay. So 3-2 siap.
Alright. So okay Adam, macam kita cakap tadi, kita akan jalankan kita punya adopt lonely Southampton supporter in Malaysia by the Everton Supporters Club of Malaysia. Kesian Adam. And one of these days, we'll get together. And actually 2 years from now, bila stadium kita yang baru besar yang boleh muat 50,000 orang tu, we most probably I want to invite you guys.
Yeah, but how can we do that? You guys will be in the championship by then, right?
Whoa!
No. 2 years we'll already be back into the premiership.
Dia lagi confident. Aduh, jangan komen.
Okay. I just like to tease people, considering we know how bad we are, so we've got nothing to lose.
Yep, seriously.
Don't worry, Adam. This show very fun one. Anything anything goes.
All right. So just to recap, Southampton, very good team, strong team. Not during the early parts they did well, and then they jatuh a bit. But over the last few matches, they showed that they can play the game. They brought it. Dia orang tak kisah siapa mainnya, semua belasah je. Basic kalau lepas apa jadi, basically some people call them the comeback kings. Dia orang suka bagi orang score dulu, lepas tu dia main kejar-kejar kat belakang pun tak tahu kenapa. Dia dah perangai dia macam tu. Alright, so Brandon dia kata kita akan menang. Ikhwan kata kita akan menang, dan saya dan Adam fikir kita akan seri. So dengan itu mari kita tengok esok. Alright, then I will say thank you very much to Brandon. Thank you very much. Ikhwan, like to see you, love to see you again. Maybe
Sure.
macam mana lah. Maybe post match kita jemput balik Adam kalau kita menang. Kalau kita kalah, kita jangan call dia.
Kita menang, kita jemput.
Then Adam, it's really a privilege to have you here. Really an honor. I will call it an honor because why? You are truly a passionate supporter, and as Evertonians, you know, kita tahu betapa susahnya nak support team yang naik turun ni. Thumbs up. Kita bagi tu thumbs up to you. Alright, kudos. Alright, so thank you.
It's been great talking to you guys, man.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Alright, so dengan itu